Welcome you all, dear students. As we are talking from last 2 days about the Negro Speaks of Rivers, a poem composed by Langston Hughes, an American poet, dramatist, novelist, and social activist. Throughout in his work, a social struggle or the discrimination, the human being, how it is discriminated in USA. It is reflected in this particular poem. As in the previous period, I talked to you about the background of this particular poem, and now I would like to directly deal with the text of the poem. It is, as I mentioned earlier, though it is a very short poem, but every word has a deep meaning. Outwardly, it is very short, but it has a deep meaning. Remember, here the title of the poem suggests the Negro. It is a community which is black in color, dark in color, socially avoided, exploited by the majority of the society who are white in color. And in this particular poem, the poet has tried to glorify the culture of Negro people. He has glorified his culture. He is trying to say the Negro culture is as long as the world is. We know that the world is created millions years ago. Science students can well understand it. As far as the history of the world is concerned, it has a long history. All the natural phenomena are created before millions years ago. The river, it is one of the natural phenomena mentioned in this particular poem. It is not created just few years ago. It also has a long history. The world is created thousands and thousands years ago. The poet has compared the Negro civilization with the rivers. The river or the rivers are created along with the creation of the world. Sorry. The world is created millions years ago. And from that particular time onwards, the rivers also are flowing. So here the poet is trying to tell us that the Negro civilization, the society is as long as, is as ancient as the world or the rivers that we see. The first line it is very important. I have known rivers. The first thing that I would like to clear here is, here the word I does not stand for the poet himself. It stands for the human being. It stands for the Negro people. It stands for the Negro society, community. I have known rivers. The rivers which are flowing from millions years ago. It means that I know the rivers which is flowing from the beginning. It means that the Negro society, the Negro community was existed And here the poet tries to tell us that the Negro community or the Negro civilization is also as ancient as the world or as the river. That's why he is telling that we have known rivers. I have known rivers means I stands for the Negro civilization, Negro group, the Negro people, let me say. That we have witnessed rivers. We have known rivers. Second line, I have known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. Again in the second line also the poet has tried to tell us that we have witnessed the rivers, we have seen the rivers which is as old as the human blood in the human veins, the flow of the human blood in the human veins. It means that the flow of the human blood in the human veins, the poet has tried to tell us that we also have a long history. We have witnessed, we have seen the flowing of the rivers from the ancient time. As the human being is born, the human blood in the human veins, it means that as soon as the human being is born, is produced by the God, from that particular point onwards, we, that is the Negro civilization, is existed. I have known rivers ancient as the world and the older than the flow of the human blood in the human veins. The third line, my soul has grown deep like the rivers. We know that the rivers have a long depth, remember. As the rivers have a long depth, my soul also, or our soul also has a deep or have grown deeply. It means that we are witnessing the rivers. We are also older, like the rivers. That my soul has grown deep. It means that we have witnessed, we have seen all the changes which are happened in the society. We are witnessing, we are seeing with our full eyes all the changes which are happening in the society from the beginning onwards. So we also have grown deep like the rivers. He has compared the whole journey of the human being with the rivers, with the depth of the rivers. As the rivers has the depth, in the same way, we also have a long history. And from that particular point, from the beginning of the human being or the civilization, we are witnessing, we are experiencing all the changes. So we are not newly born. We are as ancient as the world, we are as ancient as the rivers. We also have the same depth as the river has. It means that we have witnessed all the changes in the society. We have found, we have observed whatever changes, whatever the developments took place in the history. We have witnessed all these things. So the Negro civilization is as older as the rivers, as the worlds. We are as old as the human bloods began to flow in the human veins. As the human being is born, from that particular point onwards, Negro civilization stands there. Again, he says, I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. Euphrates, it is the name of the rivers, remember, which is existed from the ancient time. He says that I bathed. Again, I stands for the whole human being, the humans, the civilization, the Negro civilization that is. We have bathed in the rivers when the dawns were young. Here, dawns is not the beginning of the day. Remember, it stands. Dawn stands for the beginning of the human society, the human civilization that is. From the beginning of the human civilization, we have bathed, we have witnessed the changes. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. Dawns, the beginning of the day. It means that the beginning of the human society, the beginning of the human society, it was new one. And from that particular point onwards, we are witnessing the changes. The next line, I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. Congo, it is again a name of the river. I built my hut near the Congo. The Negro civilizations started to build up their huts, their houses on the bank of the Congo River. And it lulled me to sleep. And by listening the sound of the waves of the rivers, we will go to sleep. So we are as old as the river. I built my hut near the Congo. It means that the Negro people would build their houses, their huts on the bank of the Congo rivers. And while listening the sounds of the waves of the rivers, the flow of the rivers, they would go to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. It's very important slide. I looked upon the Nile. The Nile, it is again the name of the river. That we have looked upon the Nile. We have witnessed on the Nile river. We saw the Congo river, the journey of the Congo river. We witnessed the journey of the Nile river, remember. And I raised the pyramids above it. We have not just witnessed, but we have also contributed. What kind of contribution that the poets wants to tell us here? You know that the pyramids are one of the wonders in the world, remember. 7 wonders are known, many other wonders also are there, but 7 wonders are there, and pyramid is one of them, which were built. The pyramids were built 2,500 years ago in Europe, especially in Egypt. We can find the pyramids. Who had built these pyramids? The poet says that these pyramids were built by the Negro people. We have contributed, we have served for the pyramids. It means that in order to construct the pyramids, to build the pyramids, we were gods there and we worked there, we contributed there, and we constructed the pyramids. It means that we also have a contribution in the building of the society. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abraham Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I have seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I heard the singing of the Mississippi Mississippi, it is the name of the river. Here I would like to tell you the history of the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River, where the Negro people were sold there. The trading of Negro people would take place at this particular place. And